Smash that like button if you woke up this morning. Well, I just watched the interview on Vlad, actually, where Rah Digga is talking about Nicki Minaj, right? And she's making good points, but there's also another perspective of this from anybody, okay? So she's saying that Nicki Minaj, right, doesn't really work with other female. She's the only female rapper that doesn't work with other female rappers and lift them up, which I can't totally agree with, but I understand. Especially just understanding power in itself, right? It's dangerous to uplift people to your level, to competition at the same time. But Rah Digga basically points her out as the female that's the problem. She's the only female that's the problem. And that is not the case. But I do like Rah Digga, so don't get me wrong. I'm not totally downplaying her. But let's get into this. This is Jordan Tower with JT News. Hit that bell, hit that subscribe button, hit that thumbs up button, smash that thumbs up button because it's free to show love. And you get love back in the universe when you show free love, man. Don't hit that thumbs down. That's bad vibes. Anyways, Nicki Minaj. Okay, so Nicki Minaj came in the game, I worked with her in 06, 07, 08, and then, she went on with Gucci Man and then to Lil Wayne. Now, we introduced her to Lil Wayne around 07-ish, 06, 07-ish, and that came full circle because he signed her in 2010, okay? So anyways, and Fendi orchestrated that whole thing with Wayne. He was very clever, and he made it work, right? So anyways, during this time when Nicki started getting poppin', who came out of the woodworks? Lil Kim. Lil Kim was targeting Nicki Minaj. She felt threatened. Her position was threatened, and she would attack Lil Kim, so Nicki would respond, okay? Now, I'm going to tell you how this comes full circle, too, okay? So, Lil Kim, throughout her career, she had her problems with Remy. She tried to help Remy out a little bit when she was with Fat Joe. Her and Remy had their issues. Now they're cool, but back then they had their issues, and look it up. There's a whole interview of Remy destroying Lil Kim and Lil Kim destroying her. That went into 2010 to 2011. The only reason they're friends now is they were joining forces to go against Nicki, right? But Lil Kim had felt slighted. She had helped numerous females come up or co-sign them, and then they fall out, right? This happens with the guys and girls, but it's more highlighted with females because there's less females in the game. So they're the minority group, and they're always being pinned against each other to keep them, it could be a tactic to keep them down, or it's just interesting because, girls are different than guys. They get feisty. They get a little feisty, okay? And they look for little things to be slighted. Anyways, so Lil Kim and Nicki went at it because Lil Kim at that point was probably bitter and didn't want Nicki coming up. So Nicki probably got into a shell at that point because Foxy and her were cool, right? And Nicki, every time you try to help somebody, they could go against you. I don't have exact examples, but I could just relate it to life, okay? Anytime I've helped somebody, when you reach out and you help somebody, you see somebody working, say she's making the case that Nicki doesn't uplift other females to her position. But there's a danger in doing that because you could be raising the person. It's almost like raising your children and they kill you. Okay? I know that's a drastic thing, but it's like, imagine this has happened to me, okay? So I can just relate it to life, okay? So I've had people where I took my friends, people I thought were my friends, gave them positions with me. And this is when I was doing tons of videos and stuff. These people will meet people with you and this and that, and they'll get empowered themselves, right? And that's good. You want your friends to win, right? But there's a point where they get power hungry because they go through that. And we've all gone through that. When I went through my first wave of getting notoriety, I would say it happened with DVDs, right? So you start feeling yourself, and then you start just thinking you're more powerful than you are, and not keeping it real anymore. Screw keeping it real. You're just not a loyal. You break loyalty. You break morals and principles that you had. The first time around. I learned after my first time around, but. So people I would help out, they would go against me eventually. They would want to break off on their own and then be competition. I had certain people that were doing phone work for me, just in contract work, right? Making contracts and stuff. All of a sudden, they've been on enough video sets, they feel like they can be music video directors. And they'll actually reach out to some of my clients and undercut my own rates because they have my client list. Like most companies have a non-compete, but I was a small video company. So things like that can happen. So Nicki is in a space where it's full circle, where she's the Little Kim now, because Little Kim was the top when she came in. Now she's the Little Kim, but she's hesitant to really. She does uplift females. I've seen her co-sign, Cash Doll and some other females. It's usually to help a narrative she's pushing, but she does do it, okay? But she doesn't go 100% with it, because usually that ends up, if you uplift somebody too much and give them a career, that could be the very person that goes toe-to-toe with you. And I'll give you a great example. When Remy Ma came home from jail, Nicki Minaj reached out to her, and she said, oh yeah, me and Nicki are cool, we're working, but you know what was really happening? She was working on Nicki diss tracks behind the scenes, okay? You can go back to her first interview with Hot 97, where she says her and Nicki are cool. Then as time went on, she would bait a problem, okay? She would take little shots at her. Specifically the Fresher song she's on, Remy Ma Fresher. She said she took direct shots at Nicki, and eventually Nicki responded, and then we got Sheether, right? This is a case where, she was reaching out to her, and just, it doesn't mean she has to give her a whole career back, but she was being supportive of Remy Ma coming home, and then Remy Ma went and bit the hand that bit someone that was a friend. So I have to disagree with what Rah Digga is saying. I think it's hard for females just to get along, period. Okay, that's just what it is, and it's not just one female. I think Nicki just protects her business, because she is a business before anything, because that's what feeds her family. It's not a kumbaya. This is business. Coke and Pepsi aren't somewhere, chilling and uplifting each other. They're two businesses competing against each other. And if you don't look at this, like, the reason why Rah Digga might not have made it is because she didn't look at this like a business. She looked at it like family, and Busta Rhymes didn't do the right thing with her, and she didn't do the right thing for herself. And I think Rah Digga is super talented, but we've all made improper moves, me, myself included. I thought it was a loyalty friendship game until many people shitted on me, and then I ended up falling off 100% at one point. It took me a while to get back. Actually, 2 times I fell off, for sure. And it probably happened again. It always come on. I'm just more protective of who I lend my energy to. You got to protect your energy, guys. And this is turning into like a self-help thing, but I'm just telling you guys, always protect your energy. You work hard to be successful. Don't just give someone a cakewalk, but you worked hard and you made sacrifices to get where you're at. Don't give someone a cakewalk into the. They gotta go through that shit too, because it builds character. And these people, nobody ever appreciates someone giving them something. I've helped. There's families that I've helped give them money or food because they were. This is turning into something else, but and then these same people will talk bad about me. But I've helped them. Like sometimes help makes someone hate you more for some reason because they resent the fact that you're helping them. It's crazy, man. We're crazy people. We're human beings, and our minds are wild. It's crazy. So I'm not blaming any one person. But anyways, guys, appreciate you guys. I'll link the interview to his channel below so you can check it out. This is Jordan Tower with JT News. Hit that bell, hit that subscribe button. I'll check you guys later.